A stitch in time, they say, saves nine. The Roman Empire was never built in a day. To err is human, to forgive is divine. I am not a citizen of Nigeria or Africa. I am a citizen of the world. Having said that, you're welcome to another edition of Bystander Newsstand. I am Agwabo Ayomide, and of course, you know you're watching Flip TV. On the program today, we're going to be talking to well-meaning Nigerians who are going to critically analyze today's headline newspaper. On the newspaper today, we have Vanguard newspaper, and it says, the major headline here says, Onnoghen, NJC NBA call emergency meeting. Over Onnoghen, NJC NBA call emergency meeting. The rider here says, neither Onnoghen nor acting CJ and Tanko Ibrahim will be present at the NJC meeting. Neither Onnoghen or acting CJ and Tanko Ibrahim will be present at the NJC meeting. Another rider here says, Senate court short recess, convenes plenary tomorrow. Senate court short recess, convenes plenary tomorrow. Another headline here says, Onnoghen, PDP CUPP raise alarm over plot to bribe lawmakers to destabilize NAWS leadership. PDP CUPP raise alarm over plot to bribe lawmakers to destabilize NAS leadership. Another news here says, US order Western power to monitor polls with satellites. US order Western powers to monitor polls with satellites. Another news here says, ASU faults FG on 163 billion naira berate councils VCs. ASU faults FG on 163 billion naira berate councils vice chancellors. We are well-meaning Nigerians at the newsstand who are going to critically analyze the newspaper for us. Let them tell us what they think. I am Agwabo Ayomide. This is Bystander Newsstand. Join me as I talk to them. Thank you. Onnoghen, NJC, NBA call emergency meeting. Now, our president on Friday appointed a new Chief Justice, Mr. Tanko Ibrahim. Now, a lot of people have come out with angry faces, stating that what the president did at that time is a very terrible thing. What do you have to say, please?
And for me, I would say that if the president does not trust Onnoghen and is putting somebody at a time when the election is already close by, you know, it doesn't speak well of a nation. You know, so if they can't allow Onnoghen to be there for this election, then they should remove both of them and then put a new person. You understand? A person that cannot influence the election negatively. You understand? I agree with this the people saying that none of them should be there. You understand? So on my own, I believe that if the president does not trust Onnoghen and putting somebody of his own interest, then for me, I say none of them should be there.
Yeah, a lot of people, they have come out to say that the president is bringing people from his side. And even this new appointee, that is Tanko Ibrahim, is actually from the north. Now, people have also come out to say that the president is trying to use it in order to favor himself this coming election, just in case if the votes don't go his way, he'll be able to fight it in court. And as long as someone of his interest, that is someone from his side, is there, he will be able to influence that person and get what he wants. What do you have to say concerning that, please?
I don't think it is wise for us to be influencing the election. For a government that is fighting against corruption, I don't think any move to influence the election, the outcome of election, is not wise. Because the government, the president have come out to say that he wants a free and fair election. So every process that will give us a free and fair election should be what the president should be after. So anything that will make the process not to be straight, I don't think it's a good thing for a government that is fighting against corruption.
PDP, CUPP, they have raised alarm over the plots to bribe lawmakers to destabilize National Assembly leadership. What do you have to say concerning that, please?
I think that's not good at all. That's not good. You know, just like I said, a government fighting against corruption. You know, we should live above board. Nigeria should emulate other countries and see what they are doing. Other countries are going for free and fair election. You know, winning election should not be either do or die affair. If just like what happened in 2015, if you lose, thank God. If you win, thank God. What we are interested in this nation is for the forward movement of the nation. It's not about the tenacity to power. People who are hungry for power can do anything. You know, so bribery and corruption should not come into this election at all. Thank you.
Yes. US, other Western powers, they have come out to say that this election they are going to monitor it tightly. In short, now they have deployed the use of satellite. Now, yesterday, or day first day, the presidency came out. They said that they don't want the involvement of the Western world into Nigerian affairs. What do you have to say concerning that?
There is no country that conducts a free and fair election where international community is not always available. You know, so I think that they should allow them. If we want to do free and fair election, we should allow international community to be aware, to come in and see what is happening, so they can rate us well. You know, Nigerians should have a good name in the international community. And if we're able to conduct a free and fair election in this season, then Nigeria will have a good name. They should remove our name from the corrupt list. I think one of the processes of removing our name from the corrupt list is to allow them come and see how we conduct a free and fair election. Thank you.
The removal of our Chief Justice, Onnoghen. Now, on Friday, when the president appointed an acting CJ, and that is in the person of Tanko Ibrahim, a lot of people came out. They said that he has proved them right. Before that day, they were accusing him of trying to rig election. But with that move he made another day, a lot of people, they said he has proved them right, that he has plans of rigging this election. What do you have to say?
See, no, it's not about rigging the election. All the Buhari is very right. Everybody know about the okay. Our own what's the name of this Onnoghen NJC? Okay, you know, so should provide our own account. Understand? So we now say different account. Without then I said he forget to tell him that all the Nigerians that he forgets his all these accounts. So therefore remove it. There's no problem about issue of Buhari or not Buhari. It's about Nigeria. It's not about Buhari. So there's no problem about.
Yeah, a lot of people they have come out to say that our president is always bringing people from the side, always from the north, always from. In short, this Tanko Ibrahim himself. Accusations came out that he was once a Sharia court judge.
See, all this one is Nigerian. We are one. So, I cannot say that you should not bring. Okay, the one that Onnoghen, what's the meaning of Onnoghen? This thing is from the south. Yes. Southeast. Is this southeast or not southeast? Maybe it's east. But this one is from the north. So you can play with maybe the one that is trust. So
a lot of people they are saying that. Because of recent, he has been making some, he has been changing some position, he has been making some appointments of recent. Now, a lot of things have come out to say that most of those appointments, in short, which of it is this CJ Inspector General? That one too is from the north. He changed the INEC chairman, or was it, yeah?
He didn't change the INEC chairman.
There was an appointment he made of recent that he put his cousin. People have said that one too is from the north, that he's trying to make the whole situation from his own side.
No, from my own side, I can't do, but what he feel like to do, understand? That's the, for our own reason, we are all Nigerians. You know, we should not talk about, because of the north, all this shit, we are Nigerian. So people, why, okay, Buhari said that in the 2015, you can work with anybody. So that's the issue, so you can work for anybody. So when Atiku Saraki was the PDP before, now convert to merge to APC. End of the day, now merge to PDP again. Now he's a minority, Senate minority. So is he working on? So there's no point. There's no point about people that is working with. So that's it.
A lot of yeah, we have another news. PDP, CUPP. That's coalition of political parties. They have raised the alarm over plot to bribe lawmakers to destabilize National Assembly leadership. Now, a lot of accusations they have come out to say that the presidency today they are trying to bribe their way in order to change the leadership of the National Assembly.
That's our cup of tea. I mean, I don't. Everybody, even they are scared. But what I know that me, I'm a supporter of Buhari, but I know Buhari is a sincere and an integrity man. So that's why I'm in support of Buhari. Understand? It's only Buhari, for my own side though, it's only Buhari can do it. It's going for second time. Even my family, it's all Buhari can. Even I don't know about people. Was for my own side though, it's Buhari. It's Buhari. I can say it 10 times.
You
see now? Nothing. You see where you?
See some animal.
You tell me that 2 minutes beat me. For what?
You don't do. See, yeah. May I tell you, Tinubu market they sell well. I can see.
Yes.
In the sell the market.
Go to your leader. Market your state to your leader. Let your state sell. Let your state
The market they sell. But what I'm telling you as it is now, as it is, right? You see, the problem you're having in this Nigeria is the youth.
That's a bino.
Youth are not ready to cooperate, to know their rights. Okay, do you know that youth don't know their rights?
Morgan, let me tell you something.
You know that one. Youth don't know their rights. You always be dependent. Tinubu has made this money. Okay? Tinubu has made this money for his generation.
I'm not hungry. You are hungry, man. I'm not hungry. Let me tell you something. Let's fight for our country.
See, bros.
Our leaders are using us as a fool.
Chairman, we are mature. Tinubu has made his money. Tinubu has made his own generation money. He's made his own generation money. His generation to come will never suffer. He's made his money. But what about we youth?
Let me tell you something.
We only talk about ourselves.
What about you?
So don't put your mind. August it is now. August it is. If Nigeria good, listen to me. If Nigeria good, if Nigeria good, it's good for everybody. If Nigeria good, it's good for everybody. If Nigeria bad, it's bad for everybody. Don't be sentiment.
Thank you.
There is no region that has no leader. Are you hearing me? You shouldn't put your mind in a particular place. Tinubu, whether you do bad or do good, Tinubu right. Life is not like that. Are you hearing me? Not somebody that will give you 10,000, 20,000 tomorrow. You suffer for 4 years. Life is not like that. We only think it's something that can move Nigeria forward. Stop your sentiment.
You see this place we are staying now, it's a place to learn. Let me tell you something. When Nigeria is corrupt, say it out. Our government is corrupt. From now till tomorrow, I'll continue saying it. You understand me now? From A to Z, they are corrupt. So let's say the truth. You understand? Let the youth fight for it. You understand me now? Let us come outside and fight for our rights. So you are talking about Tinubu have their own things to do. We say we have our own things to do. Tinubu have children. We have children. We are fighting. Me, I'm fighting for my children. I'm not lying for you. You understand me now? If I die today, none of them that will know my children. Are you hearing me? The leaders, no one will come to my burial. Am I saying the truth or not? I know what I'm saying now. You just wake up one morning and say Tinubu is not my father. The only father that I have is God. You understand me now? So forget about it. If you see the truth, you said it. What is going on here now? Nobody like it. Do you like it? If you like it, you said it out. I'm hungry.
Hungry?
Yes, I'm hungry. I'm a hungry man right now.
You're hungry?
Yes. Yes, because I'm hungry. I learn work. I'm suffering for my work. How do you see it? Yes.
Why are you saying like this?
If I use this kind of my work and go to America, I will become a rich man tomorrow. Let Nigeria bring the youth out so we fight for our rights.
Youth are not happy.
Let Nigeria bring our youth. My guy, let me tell you something. Many of all these graduates you see now, they are keke driver, okada driver, full of. No matter, don't our leader can do it.
They can do it.
Our president can do it. Our governor can do it. Our senators can do it. It's not only president. All together can join hands together and work for this country. You understand me now? Forget about those one you are talking about. We are not fighting. But when you are not good, we bring the right person. We are not saying Atiku is good. We are not saying Buhari is good. Do you understand what I'm saying now? Let the leaders help us, help the youth to grow. You understand me now? So we can fight our generation. Let me tell you something. You have children. I have children. So if I'm suffering, my children will suffer. I can't ask for 5 naira here, someone will give to me. If I'm lying now, I'm going to work right now. But I can't ask them for 100 naira, someone will give to me. We have a lot of things in this country. God bless this Nigeria. God bless us from A to Z. God bless us very well. But our leaders, they are using us as a slave. I'm telling the truth, our leader from A to Z, they are using us as a slave. You understand? So time don't reach when Nigeria will open their eye and fight for their rights.
You understand? So forget about who is in charge, who is not in charge. Buhari do this, Buhari not do that. Atiku do this, Atiku not. No, God give us the right person to rule us. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
And two, that he has invested a lot in security, and that people can now sleep with their two eyes closed in Kogi State. And because of that, they still love it. So the way we assess, we should be objective. When we add sentiment into assessment, we will find it difficult to arrive at a thing that will be conducive to everybody. We are waiting. We have few weeks to the election. Yes, yes. You see, on Onnoghen's case, and even some other cases, people don't see things objectively. People are either on the line of religion or tribe. There was a time he was at Onnoghen. They now asked him some questions on why a particular region is marginalized. His response was that appointment in the military is consequent, always consequent upon the performance of any individual after recruitment. And that was how he put to rest that particular argument. On this issue, it all depends on, Nigerians are divided now on the side of moral and law. While some people argue, those on the side of moral are saying that, well, he should have stepped down for doing what he has done. And if he had stepped down, probably they have been able to find some other political ways to resolve this. Then if you also listen to the president's statement, he said that his position had not really contributed to the issue and to the cause of fighting corruption. That a lot of people that were hitherto being accused of corruption, that the appellate courts will sentence those people, but as soon as they get to Supreme Court, they turn the thing upside down. So it may appear as if the government may have seen him as not really cooperating with the present regime, and that might have prompted they are looking for a way to edge him out. But at the same time, we need to be very, very careful for a man of his status to have said that he forgot to declare. And people have been drawing his attention to it. If you have forgotten to declare, why did you not forget to lodge money into those accounts? Because this has been the argument. But you see, lawyers, most of them are on the side of law. But those that are seriously religiously inclined, Christian, Muslims, they see what he has done as being fundamentally wrong. And he should have stepped aside for investigation to take place. And I think the federal government is not supporting the issue of the Judicial Service Commission to take over, because the power that brought in Onnoghen also empowered him to appoint 20 members out of 23. So any case referred to that particular body will always be in favor of the man, because he who pays the piper dictates the tone. Good morning.
Listen, for the sake of peace, I don't want the rich to fight with the poor. I don't want the poor to fight with the rich because of godfatherism. The only thing that we should know is that the party is still the same, or people are different, but the party is the same thing. You understand? We have different parties, but they are the same people that led us in the past administration that are still leading us now. It is only the name of the party that differs. So we shouldn't kill ourselves for the sake of godfatherism. I love this one, I hate this one. All we should be praying for is God should give us a leader that will move this nation to the next level. Not Buhari, not Atiku, not whosoever, but God, we should pray for a good leadership that will move this country forward to a better Nigeria. That's what I'm looking at.
US, other Western powers, they have come out to say that they are going to monitor this election vigorously. Now, the president, in their statement yesterday, they said that at this point in time, they don't want international community to intervene in Nigerian matters. In short, in the statement, it stated that Nigeria as a nation is enough to take care of its own situations. Now, do you think at this point in time, they are trying to push them away, because a lot of people have come out and said that they want the international community to be present in this election. They want them to see what is going to happen, because if the international community, if they are participating in this election, if they view it from their side, that there will be little or no chances of the present government rigging the election. What do you have to say, please?
With these few points that you have brought right now,
Yes, sir.
if the international community will not be partisan or will not be partial,
Yes, sir.
I believe it is a very good idea for them to come and then officiate on the election that is that is coming up on the February.
Yes, sir.
You get my point?
Yes, sir.
So it's not about inviting the international, it's about us knowing how we do our things the way we know how to do best.
Yes, sir.
Being sincere to ourselves. It's not about, they can even bring the international community, they can involve the international community, but yet they will still rig the election. You understand? It's about us telling ourselves the truth first before telling the international community. Because what we tell them to do, as they are just visiting, they are strangers. They don't know the inside. They don't know Nigeria very well. They don't know where election could be rigged. They don't know where the ballot box can be stolen. You get my point? So all I know about this election, the idea of bringing the international community is for them to come and then do their best to make sure Nigeria comes or becomes a peaceful nation at the end of it. That's what I have to say for now.
Thank you. Now, NJC and NBA, they have called an emergency meeting concerning this Onnoghen's case. It seems they are not happy with the way the step the presidency has taken at this time. And in short, in the meeting, it says here that neither Onnoghen nor acting CGN, that is Tanko Ibrahim, will be present at the meeting. What do you have to say about that? Because it seems the NJC, they are not happy with the way the presidency took this matter.
That is what we are expecting. Because NJC has been robbed. They have been molested. Because that is the body that upholds up the Constitution of Nigeria. They have their own rules. For crying out loud, even if you want to appoint any Chief Justice of Nigeria, it must be appointed. It must be approved by NJC. You said you suspend a Chief Justice, which is not even in your own constitutional right. You do that, you even step on their judiciary process, on their judiciary power also. You ignore them and appoint an acting Chief Justice, which is not in your own corridor of power to do that. The NJC has all those prerogative power to appoint and to appoint to the legislators. The legislator will now give it to the executive to confirm. Although this thing has just been jumped and robbed, but Nigeria is not going to accept this because we are not in the jungle. This guy has destroyed democracy in 1984, in 1983, when he override the Shehu Shagari, the Second Republic. This is how he does that. Now, he enjoyed the democracy last 4 years and ready to destroy it in the next 4 years. That is exactly what Buhari is doing now. He's not a democratic person. He always come and destroy a democracy process. And we are pleading he should resign as a president of Nigeria if he does not want war, because he is approaching to a war angle, because he knew that he has lost the popularity in total. Because when a flawless government doesn't do anything, you cannot expect Nigerians to vote for him. So for you to impose yourself on us is not possible. We are just crying out he should follow the Constitution of Nigeria. And he promised, when he wants to take over the power, he promised to uphold the Constitution of Nigeria rather than to be dragging it on the ground. He's dragging Nigerian Constitution on the ground, and he's stepping on all the Nigerian citizens' rights. What of Dabo Zanzuki has been, the 3 court has freed him to grant him bail. He refused to follow the rules of law. What kind of human being is this? We are very ashamed to be a president of Nigeria. Buhari is a shame to Nigeria.
Yeah, talking about the rule of law. Now, PDP, CUPP, they have raised the alarm over plot to bribe lawmakers to destabilize National Assembly leadership. What do you have to say, please?
Yeah, we knew their plan. That is their own strategy. You cannot be surprised. You understand the last time when they sack DSS directors. That is it not their plan? They will now, when you see them tomorrow blocking everywhere, doing like a tout, destroying Nigeria. That is what I just said just now. They are moving Nigeria to a war angle, which we are pleading to this president to just kindly resign or hand over peacefully. Let's have a free and fair process, because you cannot just go to National Assembly and want to wind it up one section and take your own way to impeach. You know, if you have the certain quotas of numbers, you can go ahead. But if you don't have it, kindly follow the due process. But if you said you want to be using on dictator or whatever, you want to use all those sectors of security to be intimidating, the way he was doing to Dino Melaye and Anko, this thing cannot hold the water. You see, international, the world are watching us. Thank God the US, the UK, and the rest of the world is...
Talking about the US, UK, now it says here, US, other Western powers to monitor posts with satellite. Now the US, they have come out and said that they are going to monitor this airport vigorously. If you remember yesterday, the presidency came out with a statement. They said that they don't want international community to interfere with Nigerian affairs. In the statement, he even said that Nigeria as a nation, we are enough to handle our own situations. Now, a lot of people are crying up and down that they want the international community, they should be present in this election, just in case the presidency or this current government, they try to overturn the election or rig it, so that the international community, they will be able to come to our aid. Now, do you think government, they are trying to push them away and not make our wishes as Nigeria come true?
That is what exactly the government is trying to do. The government of the Mr. Buhari, this is what he's trying to do. He's trying to use all the apparatus to be intimidating all Nigerians so that he can have his way. But I can tell you categorically, Nigerians are not fools. We are not in animal jungle. We will reject whatever any forceful agenda of this Mr. President. We will not accept anything that is not constitutionally binded. We will reject it totally. The international world, the international body will come here and they will observe all these elections. And we are boldly saying that Buhari is losing all out. He's going to be fade out in this election. He has shown he's going to lose in the middle belt. That one has shown. That is not central. He's going to lose in south-south. He's going to lose in southeast. And in southwest there is going to be a battle to battle. Because we know APC Kaba is there. They are ready to rig and we are ready to stand against them. And that is why we are calling on the international body to come and observe. So if anybody should intimidate anybody, they will see that this election is not free or fair. So we are going to call on US, UK, and all those leadership, international body, they should come to our aid and monitor us that people wills are prevail. Let's our vote count, and this is the time to defend our democracy. This president has enjoyed the dividend of democracy.
I cannot wait.
They voted for him, and you become a president. And when they don't want you, let it count. We are crying out loud. Please, Buhari should go back to Daura. He's not meant to be a president. Nigeria has made a mistake of 4 years. You cannot continue in this mess. Mr. Buhari should go home. He's tired. His age. Everything is not working. President has lost the memory. You cannot be continue to be messing us in the international face. You are not good in economies. You are not good in anywhere. Then what are you doing there? What are you coming back to do? You should please go home.
US, other Western powers to monitor poles satellites. Now, yesterday, the presidency came out with a statement. They said that they don't want international body interfering with Nigerian situations. In their statement, they said that Nigeria, as a nation, we are enough to deal with our cases. Now, a lot of people, they have come out to say that they want the international community to be aware of everything that is going to take place this coming election. What do you have to say, please?
Okay, thank you. With that respect, I want to say, first of all, Nigeria borrowed the system of government of the United States, which is purely based on democracy. Democracy is being anchored on the rule of law, equity and fairness. So, for the US to say they will monitor the election and other Western worlds, I think is a right step in the right direction. I don't see any reason except he has an ulterior motive, being President Muhammadu Buhari, to remain in the seat of power beyond May 29. And he has no right to question the integrity of the United States, because they are out for fairness and equity, to ensure that there is fairness in the electoral process and there is not any hitches, because if there is any hitches that will result to violence, it will also affect the entire world, because Nigeria is an integral part of the global village. So for Buhari should caution himself, and the whole world is watching him. His actions in recent time, in the past of course, when he truncated democracy in 1983, and his moves in recent times has shown that he's towing the same path, which I believe will not all go well with him and his cabals around him. Yes, he has suspended the CGN illegally. Nigerians still believe that the CGN remains Onnoghen.
Yeah. Talking about the CGN now, people have come out to say that, if you remember this new appointee, Mr. Tanko Ibrahim, people have come out to say that that one is also part of is also from his side. Now, of recent, they have been accusing the president of nepotism, bringing people from the north mostly, and people have also come out to accuse him of trying to build a team around himself. People of his own interest, of recent, which are Inspector General, the new Inspector General, also his cousin that he puts into power, Amina Zakari. Now people have said that this new CGN that he has put, Mr. Tanko Ibrahim, that one too is also from the north too. And reports have also come out that that man was once a Sharia judge. We all know the way the Sharia court is. What do you have to say concerning that? Do you think at this point in time the presidency is actually trying to build a team around himself so that he's going to be able to rig the election in his own favor, just in case if it doesn't work out for him?
Thank you very much. We are in 21st century, and I think our generation has transformed beyond the primitive and stone age. So it shouldn't imbibe such a mentality and policy. We are not in the state of anarchy, in dictatorship. So this is not a military rule. This is an enthroned civilian rule, democracy. So for him not to adhere to the rule of law, to the constitutions, there are checks and balances. He is an executive arm of government. We have three arms of government: the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. He shouldn't override the activities of the other arm of government. He should stay put within his own jurisdiction. For him to go contrary, he said, I heard him say that he will adhere to the rule of rule of law, the law that he has no regard for, or the law that he does not obey. Which law? So I see him towing the path of anarchy, dictatorship, by implanting those that will help him to rig the election.
You have listened to their opinions, their comments, and their reviews. You tell us what to think. Subscribe to our channel, like and comment on our video. This is Bison that News Stands on Flip TV. I am Agwaba Yomide from the Heart of Ogba, Lagos. Stay blessed. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.